TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to our man Al in Homosassa. What's going on, brother?
Isn't it wonderful? I went ahead and invested in your Tiger dollars, and I went ahead and got the gold report for a year, and also your morning your call letter and stuff like that. And I got over a 50% return in one day, not counting everything else. But I just want to thank you. Tom's not perfect, but he tells you how to put your stops in, and he keeps your losses small. You can take your small losses, but then all of a sudden you'll be like Dave Ruth, and you'll hit a home run. I mean, a big home run. Yeah. And put the money in your pocket.
Okay, brother. You're awesome, man. Thank you.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN. We kick things off, and we are right near record territory across the board. We get a CPI data this morning, pretty much comes in line, which is all the market needed to hear. We have a jobs number that's a big problem. The CPI, we're well aware of where it was, and if there's no surprises, the cuts are coming. We'll get into the odds, but they are coming. Right now, the market pricing a cut at about 94% chance on that September meeting. You go all the way out to December, so there's 3 meetings left this year for the Federal Reserve. By the time they get to December, the market right now is somewhat evenly split between 2 or 3 cuts, but it's not even. The market pricing in just greater than a 50% chance that we get 3 cuts in the next 3 meetings, with about a 40% chance that we get 2 cuts, only an 8% chance that we get 1 cut in the next 3 meetings. So right now, 2 or 3, with 1 coming in September, and this CPI data does nothing to change that, and markets rejoice. You check out the acceleration this morning. We kick things off with an S&P. Now, we're up by 1% on the S&Ps. NASDAQ, pretty similar, up by 1.1% right now. Record territory in the NASDAQ 100. S&Ps as well. Dow just off that price level. Russell, as I said at the top of the hour market update, up 2.7%, up 61 points. The Russell is most vulnerable to some of those shorter-term yields. Their duration, the refinances that they have to go into, and yeah, quite a day. As we're looking, this market is looking for a turning point here when it comes to yields. Now, what's so interesting is no movement on yields, actually, right? Right where we were. There are a lot of rate cuts already priced into this market, okay? Now, one cool way to think about this is, because talking to friends today, especially in real estate, right? And the wind is at the back, okay? Lower rates are coming, but how quickly are they coming? But there are a lot of cuts priced in right now. So as I mentioned, the odds of a cut, December, 94.4% right now, okay? Let's go out to December. As I mentioned, about a 50% chance. It's now just under that number that you get 3 cuts. 41.8% chance you get 2 cuts. 8.7% chance you get 1 cut. Now, let's say we get 3 cuts by that December meeting, okay? What can you expect in yields? This is a great way to think about it. Okay, right now, the market is pricing in 50 to 75 basis points of cuts by that December meeting. So you almost split the middle, and you'd say it's pricing in, 62.5 basis points, right? The point being, if you get those 3 cuts, then in theory, all you've done is you've gotten about 12 extra basis points of cuts than are what's currently priced in. Now, it would be pricing in future months as well, okay? You go out 5 meetings from now to the March meeting, and you're split between 3 and 4 cuts. Okay, so right now, the market is pricing in that by the March 18th meeting, you're either going to get 3 cuts or 4 cuts, and those two combine for about a 70% probability, with 2 or 5 being out there as a little bit outliers. The point being, there's a lot of cuts in this market, folks. Even if we get 3 cuts by December, the market already knows we're getting 2 or 3. So look at the writing right now. Yields are not reacting, but you know what is reacting? Is the dollar, right? Check out that move right at 8:30. You drive lower to a 97 handle, no recoil whatsoever. So on that news, you got dollar weakness. And remarkably enough, gold cannot find a bid, even with that type of a drop. We're talking to our man Tim Ward. At 3:30, we'll talk a little bit of gold. But right next, folks, we're going to be talking to our man Basil Chapman. And folks, Basil, we're coming up in 45 minutes. He's going to be doing a live webinar for opening call subscribers, folks. Check it out. You can sign up on the front page, and we'll be talking to Basil next. Stay tuned.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We jump to the markets, and Basil's getting ready in there. And, folks, he is going to be coming up, okay, at 4 o'clock tonight. We're going to talk to him in a second. He's getting ready. He was looking at some charts, and we'll talk to him in a moment. But, yes, we got markets pushing the highs. And how about Paramount Skydance? Talking about it this morning, and it's not stopping, man. Up by 11.2% on this surge higher on that deal yesterday. And, yeah, from a pure anecdotal... Oh, it finally has caught up. Okay, they combined them because it was Paramount. Yeah, so it was Paramount and now it's Paramount Sky that they got them together eventually. They did not have the prior data on this, and look at that bounce, man. Now that's on a daily. You had quite the acceleration. This thing just transitioned in the last few days. That was your transition date in terms of 12.79. You open, you trade to 9.95, and yeah, we're back to 11.27. Put that one on your radar, man. CBS, Paramount, UFC, all of it. All right. And with that in mind, folks, we're going to jump over to our man, Basil Chapman. Folks, head on over to the front page of TFNN. You'll see the opening call with Basil. And coming up in 40 minutes from right now, identifying trend changes and what action to take, a 90-minute webinar. You can subscribe, folks. And remember, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. We talk about it all the time, but a tremendous value, especially when you get a live webinar going on with Basil. You subscribe. You're in the room with Basil tonight. It's right in Discord, folks. We can get you in there. And you get a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you get Basil's outstanding newsletter as well, and it will be archived as well if you can't take all 90 minutes tonight. Basil Chapman, are you ready for this evening?
Well, I thought I was ready, except my whole PowerPoint presentation got hooked up to the Skype or something, so I'm going to have to figure that one out. But believe me, I'm ready.
We're going to get them ready, folks.
Yeah, so this is a very exciting moment because besides the feedback I'm getting in my ear, let me just tell you, there is one overarching, I would call it a headline.
You probably have your own microphones. You have your earphones in the Tiger's Den, Basil. You can just select that one on the Tiger's Den if you want on your own reverb. And that's because we're getting them all set up in this room,
that's
folks.
Fine, I'll manage here.
Okay.
So what's really important about this particular phase, I'll just give you an example. We have been long, 3 times small positions, 3 times long, the UDOW, that's the Dow. But within that context, I got all the technical signals on the 23rd of July to say, be careful. You've made this peak D, this 4th highest peak. You can start to pull back. And very shortly after that, we went short, 2 times shorter position. Well, that dropped very sharply. And what's really interesting, so I had the longer term position long. I didn't want to change that because I didn't think we were going back to the April low. But using technical indicators, this has already, even to this moment, we are still making money in the 2 times short the Dow. That's using particular techniques. But if you had to look at the S&P, and this is going to be what I'm going to be talking about, and the issue is, how do you recognize a trend change in almost all the others, not the Russell 2000, which today has had a spectacular move to the upside, but the S&P and the QQQ have all held beautifully, certainly the 9-period moving average above the 14, and we've made all-time high in both of those. And that just said to me that going to the short side, it's not appropriate. There are certain conditions that need to be met, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. Where do you lighten up? As we've gotten to these highs, in some regards, we've lightened up. But at the same time, we are looking for a pullback because those weekly charts are still extremely strong. So what I'm going to be talking about is what are the identification markers, what you can do, how you can ameliorate this emotional part that says, surely at this point you've got to have a big pullback. Well, unless you get these conditions, you're not going to get that pullback. When you do get those conditions, you've got to be ready for it. So what this technique does, it stops you from going either short or just being too cautious too quickly. You can hold your positions. This keeps you in the long-term position much longer than you would have anticipated. It takes away all the emotions. So it's a very important, these techniques are very important. And so far, I mean, we have 4 or 5 instruments that we are holding that are still almost at all-time highs or at all-time highs. And that's one of the reasons is because we've had these particular technical indicators. But I'm also looking at what is just starting to move, maybe sector-wise or symbol-wise, right now, that could be starting a brand new move of its own. So it's going to be very exciting. It's a perfect time for this because we haven't got the big sell signal yet, but we're also looking at what you can buy and what does it mean with the Russell 2000 breaking to a new recovery high as we speak. 226.74 was the high July the 23rd, and today's high is 226.58. We are pennies away from breaking that high. And if it is a high, it has to be called a C, because you can't, after a G, you never get an H. I'll explain these letters and the ease of using the letters and what it means. So it's actually a perfect time for this. And I'm really looking forward to it. To say it's an opportunity. It'll be an opportunity to add to some positions on a pullback, and maybe even start brand new positions, even though we're at highs in many sectors and stocks.
Basil, I tell you, and thank you for going through that. I can't wait to attend it myself, because just when you're talking that, I mean, anybody in this market right now, if you're hearing what Basil's talking about, myself, I think we're all facing some of those decisions, right? Because no matter where you are, if you're invested in this market and you're a bull, you know, if you're a bear, yeah, we know how that goes. But if you're a bull, there's just so many. And out of curiosity, when you were talking there, Basil, you know, I get the NASDAQ 100 up here. The NASDAQ 100 is up 45.3% from the cherry pick lows. And yeah, that's the cherry pick low. But my goodness, 45%, Basil, from that low. So I can't wait myself, as I have positions, you know, and I love your analysis, and I can't wait for it, for sure.
Good. I'm looking forward to it as well. See you in a few minutes.
Folks, get in there. It's right on the front page. Remember, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. You're going to get quite an education no matter what. Basil, you do such a great job. I look forward to it. I'll be in there, and we'll see you at 4 o'clock tonight, man. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, Tommy.
Okay. Folks, check it out. And Basil does such a great job for his subscribers. You get 30 days out there. It's a money-back guarantee, and you get the archive webinars. And this will be archived. If you can't do 4 till 5:30 tonight, all subscribers gain access to that tomorrow. And yeah, you know, no matter where you look, because, boy, you know, I had been highlighting this area as selling early on in the year. Folks, we're about 3,000 points above that area now in the NASDAQ 100, which is remarkable. And, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Check it out with Basil. And, yeah, the Russell. There you go. I can't find a day like that on this chart. An explosion higher, and you're going to do it with volume. Check it out. You're approaching almost 200 million. You're at 200,000. You're at 186,000 right now. That's already more volume than we've done since 12 days ago. All right, we jump around to some equities right now. Amazon, up about 0.2% right now. We jump over to Microsoft shares. Check it out, up 1.5. Google, up 1.5, right? Meta shares, how about 3% to an all-time high of 793. Zuckerberg, man, on fire. NVIDIA shares up 1/3%, and AMD up 1% as well. Do we have a trend change? Well, Basil's going to let you know at 4 o'clock tonight, folks. Still time to get in. Check it out on the front page. We'll get you in there by 4 o'clock, and we're coming back with our man Tim Ord. Don't go away.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. risk-free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tom O'Brien Show is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks, and we got markets right near session highs right now. As I speak, NASDAQ 100 up 288 points. S&P's up 65, and right now, folks, we're going to jump over to our man Tim Ord. We talk to Tim every Tuesday and Thursday at 3:30 Eastern Time. You can check out Tim's website every day at ord-oracle.com. Check that out. And then he has a couple of great webinars, folks, under the Services tab. 6 secret ratios every trader should know. Tim and I talk about some of these ratios occasionally. And then the secret science of market tops, how to identify market tops. Check those out as well. Tim Ord, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So let's take a look at what's going on in the market. This is summer doldrums. It's actually not too dull here. But the first chart is the SPY, just the daily chart. And I listed all the ticks and trend readings over the last, just the last couple of weeks. And they're all coming in, around this area right here, which is 640, 630, in that vicinity. And, getting back to the ticks and trend, a trend close above 1.2 is bullish. The reason why, it shows panic in the market. Panic only forms at bottoms. And downtick readings on the close below, actually over the last couple of years, about anything below minus 200 shows panic. And again, panic only forms at lows. So I listed all those trend and tick closes here over the last, a couple of weeks. And anyhow, this is support area. Even though the market rallied into that, so usually you go down into panic. Here we got markets going sideways. You got panic in there. And the last time that happened, that's the reason why I shaded this tan here. We had kind of a similar situation back here in the June time frame. We got a lot of panic, and finally the market broke out. And now we're starting to get panic again. And today, this is today right there, there's a volume right there. We're testing. This is July 31st right here, and we're testing that high. And normally, to break through a previous high, you should have at least equal volume. If it's a lot less, 10% or less, it's usually that previous high will be resistance. And when the volume came in a little over like 100 million, and we're not going to reach that today at all. We're coming in right now around 50 million. Yeah, we got a half hour to go thereabouts. So we're not even going to be close to the previous highest volume. So I'm thinking this is not a short. I thought at one point we'll be short, but since we already got panic in this vicinity, which is basically that shaded area, that's going to be support. We may break a little bit below it, but in this vicinity is a bottom. What day is the bottom? I don't think today is the breakout to the upside, just because we don't have the volume to do it. So we may hesitate in here a little bit longer and build a little bit maybe longer base than break out to the upside. So I'm neutral right now. I thought one point I'd end up with a sell signal. That's not going to be the case since we got panic. We got too much panic. 10-day trend of yesterday's close came in at 1.17. And that's, if it's round one, that's fine for a short. But if you get close to around 1.2, normally they don't work out so well. Not all cases. But anyhow, my point is we're at a support area in this vicinity. It's getting kind of messy. I'm drawing all these lines in here.
We're following. I like it totally.
Yeah. So anyhow, this is not the place to short. So I'm kind of looking long. If you look at the bottom here at the VIX, the VIX is almost hitting a new low. Anything below minus 17, usually you get a trending market. So we got a little bit of chop in here. If this was September, I'd probably be long. But since this is July, August time frame, this period is not ideal for get long and stay long type markets. You get curveballs thrown in this time frame. So I'm kind of being careful, but it looks bullish. Let's flip to the weekly chart real quick.
And I think that's the lowest VIX, right? I was looking at it this morning. I was jumping in. I think that's the lowest VIX we got since the beginning of the year. It's at 1492 no matter what, but it is remarkable that you're talking about even, it's August. I can't find, we were close in the 14s, but yeah, you talk about a low VIX. I agree. Please go ahead, but yeah.
Yeah. So, this is, this is July. We're pretty much down where the July low was. And actually, you got a top in here. So the statistics during this time frame are just garbage. From basically June until September, it's just a hard time to trade. You get things going back and forth. The best time to trade, in my opinion, is September through all the way into, basically the next June again, because you get pretty much trending markets. But this time, you get choppy markets. So anyhow, I'm neutral right now. I'm bullish. I'm hoping we get a pullback. The volume says we will. The VIX says, there's really no top of any consequence here. So I don't know how big the pullback will be. I thought we might get back to the low of August 1st, which is this low right here. And that still may happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. If that doesn't happen, if we're still here, I'll probably be long. But here's the weekly chart. You can see we're testing the weekly high of, this is July, the week of July 28th right there. And you can see where the volume is. And so this is a week, or is this, this is a weekly. So we got a long ways for the week's out. This is only Tuesday. But my opinion, you're not going to get back down to 610. You're going to get back down to the low of the week of July. I think it was July 26th or 28th, one of those 2 days. But anyhow, end of July. And that's the worst you're going to do. So you look like about 620 is about the worst you're going to do on this pullback. So I'm bullish. I don't quite have a signal here. I got panic in the ticks and trend. Volume's not quite running up. The VIX is fine. I had some other indicators that actually were bearish, actually flipped back to at least neutral. So there's, let the trend be your friend. Here's the panic thing going on. This is a 10-day trend, 1.17 yesterday. It's probably going to be higher today. The 5-day is not as fair. It's 1.1. The 2-day is bullish. The 3-day is 1.1. The most important is the 10-day, because that's 2 weeks of market closes, I guess. So that's the most important day, and it's up 1.7. So that's leans bullish. So a little bit of patience here. I want to get long since we're testing previous high of July 31st and a much lighter volume. I'm thinking that's going to hold as resistance. Seasonality right now is at best neutral. So I'm kind of sitting on my hands waiting for a minor pullback, but not a major pullback.
All right. And can we talk a little bit of gold after the break? Does that work? What do we got coming up? Gold?
Yep, gold.
All right, folks. We're going to talk a little gold. We got some volatility in that gold market. We got markets up by more than 1% right now. We're coming back with Tim. Don't go away, folks.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking to our man Tim Ord, and we got markets in positive territory, and we jump over to gold. Gold contract right now, Tim. We got gold down $5 at $33.99. Let's talk a little bit of gold, Tim.
All right, let's take a look at the GDX-GLD ratio, which is basically the gold stocks against gold itself. And anyhow, this ratio goes back to 2021, and I put an RSI to it. So this GDX-GLD ratio kind of goes back and forth. And anyhow, when gold stocks are outperforming gold, that's usually bullish. And, you know, if you can kind of see it there, you know, these rallies, that's when gold and gold stock, when this ratio rallies, I mean, gold, GDX, gold stocks are outperforming gold, and that's what happens in uptrends. But when it gets too exuberant, I guess you might say, when RSI of that ratio gets above, actually 68 works pretty well, but we're at 74 right now, 73.78. So I'm looking for, you know, I thought one point we may go down to 40. I don't think that's the case anymore. Gold here is kind of just going sideways. You can see this big rally we had here over the last week or two, or last week and a half, I guess you might say. It really gone up. You can see how steep that rally was on the ratio, and that pushed the RSI over 74. And I marked it with red lines all across the chart when the RSI got above 68. and all of them came at least short-term lows. Some were, those are minor pullbacks. This one is kind of decent pullback. Sometimes they don't last very long at all. This one back here looks, I can't quite tell. This one's a real short one. So I'm looking for a pullback, not to 40 anymore, probably the previous highs, which is around 54. Actually, we'll skip to this one. This is the reason why. We actually had a sign of strength. Sign of strength is basically big volume, big push up. It kind of went parabolic. A lot of times parabolic moves don't last because it's just gone up too quick. But one basically went from 50 to 50, looks like about 59 in a short period, about 5-6 days. And so that went parabolic, but you had a sign of strength through a previous high. The previous high is around 54. Anyhow, that's where that line is, and that's where sport's probably going to be. I had this, the bottom one was the 18-day average up-down volume, and the previous times, we had a big divergence going into the high of April, which I got out of the market, and the market did retrace for a month and a half, or about a month, whatever, then kind of build a base, and now we finally broke out to the upside. And this one, up-down volume 18-day average now, is, we actually made a minor higher high, so that actually flipped to bullish. The advanced decline so far is still a negative divergence, but that tells me we're probably not going to break down below we had a sign of strength through the previous highs. I think now the previous high is going to be support. So I'm actually short here around 55. I'm planning on covering on this next pullback because the divergence just went away. So you don't want to really fight the market, and so I'm not. I do think we're probably going to do. This is the monthly XAU. It's actually 70. It's almost 76, and I marked the times in the past. I still think we're going to have a consolidation at some point, but we're matching the previous highs of 2011 up here on the XAU. And we got an RSI above 75. Not an ideal situation that the market's going to continue higher. So I do think we're going to hesitate here. This gets back to this part here. So I'm thinking we're at some sort of a high, but we're not going to have any major damage. We're probably just going to pull back to the previous highs, hold around here, and probably create a trading range and build a sideways trading range that the market just may bounce around in. And getting back to this getting back to this chart. So I'm thinking what we're going to do here is actually move sideways, build cause to break above that line. So I'm thinking we're hitting resistance. We're not really going to pull back much because GDX has got support around 54. So I thought at one point we may pull back, maybe at worst 200, but I'm thinking we're going to stay close to this breakout area, somewhere in this vicinity. And we're not going to go down much, but I think we are going to quit going up. We're just not going to go down much. So I think we're due, if you look at this run we had from last August to the current August, we went straight up. And we're due for some sort of a, one of these here somewhere. And so, we'll build cause, build strength to build through to break through this high. So I think the bull market's still alive. I think we got a lot further to go, but I think over the next several months or next couple of months, I don't know how long this consolidation could last. Some lasted a while, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So I'm thinking we could build here, but what's going to happen? We're going to have a rotation. If you look at all the the major gold and actually silver stocks, if you look on a weekly chart or even a monthly chart, a lot of them are above the upper outer Bollinger Band. And a lot of times you consolidate. So the big ones are probably, in my opinion, are going to consolidate here. And I've kind of been saying that for a while. And I think that's still going to happen. They're just not going to perform. And the small ones, if you look at a lot of these small ones, the mid Bollinger Band on the monthly charts are all turning up, and you got volume behind it. And they haven't really started running yet. They're off from their lows, but not in a big way. So I'm thinking it's going to be a big speculative market. So do you want to be short? No. I am short, but that was stupid. At the time, I thought it was smart, but it turned out to be a stupid trade. But I'm planning on covering my short, hopefully around 54. I think that's, maybe I get lucky, maybe 53, but I'm not going to make a whole lot of money on this short position. And so I'll probably stand aside, and maybe is it time to go long? It's never been a good idea to go long when the XAU is above 75 on the monthly chart. But I will be long on the small ones, which I have quite a few of, and I'll probably add to those positions. I've been pretty much took out of my positions on the bigger ones and flip into the smaller ones, and I think I'll probably continue that. And once the big ones start to consolidate, I'll probably look back at those. But I don't think this is a top of major consequence. I think this is just a top that breaks sideways. And a lot of times you either get consolidation at major highs right below the highs, or if you break through them, you get consolidation right after the highs. So I'm thinking we're at the highs with the RSI. I think we'll be in this trading range. I don't know, 610 to 630 area for the next several months, and we're not going to pull away from it too much. I don't think we're going to go down here. I think we just go sideways. So that view may change as the statistics come in, but we're at some sort of a resistance here, but I don't think there's a top of any consequence. I'll put it that way.
I appreciate the great breakdown, man. Some great analysis, and I agree with a lot of the take. I do. It's been quite a run for those gold equities, man. And, it's like the simplest thing. Not everything goes up forever or down forever, folks. And right now, it seems like, and you said from August, and boy, that was like on the heels of another run it had, though, right? Starting in February of last year.
Yeah.
And I'm looking today, you have the dollar driving lower, and the gold still not kind of catching a bid, so facing a little bit of resistance. Tim, thank you so much. We appreciate it, man. We look forward to talking to you on Thursday. Have a great couple days. We'll talk to you then.
All right. Thanks for having me on. Talk to you then.
My pleasure, as always. Folks, check them out, ord-oracle.com, and check out those webinars under the Services tab. We'll come right back. S&P's up by 67. We'll be right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks, and we got the S&P up by 67 points, and yeah, very little volatility, as in we've been at this price point since about 1 o'clock. We're pushing the upper boundaries, though, and we just made a new all-time high, folks, at 64.69, and we're coming into the close. How about the NASDAQ 100 up by 1.3%? How about the Dow up 459 points, and the Russell could be the story of the day, up almost 3%. Ethereum continuing the run higher, up by almost 6% right now. And yeah, yields, dollar, gold in focus. The 10-year right where we were prior to that CPI. That's a 5-minute chart. Some volatility. The dollar gives it up. We're trading at 98. Dollar's got pressure to the downside, man. Continued under pressure as we're approaching 98 right now. And even with a weaker dollar, gold can't find a bid. So, there's no reason why gold couldn't find a little bit of a bid over the last couple of days. The dollar's gotten smacked and gold just getting smacked right now. All right. And folks, in 5 minutes, our man Basil Chapman, he's going to be coming up with his subscribers. There's still an opportunity to check that out right on the front page of TFNN. And yeah, you talk about trends. I can't wait to see Basil in there. He does a great job presenting. He'll take questions live for all subscribers. Excuse me. And it's very simple, folks. It's right in the Discord room. So if you're a subscriber, we tag you. You gain access to that special webinar, and you can check it out right at 4 o'clock, folks. Check that out tonight, and it's a great time. Basil's been gearing up, as in, yeah, you talk about those bars. Look at this run, folks. All right, we're all trying to ask ourselves that question, right? Is it time to sell? Is a pullback due? Well, he's going to give you the tools to take the emotion out of it, which is so important. You try and take that emotion out of it. All right. Folks, thanks so much. Have a great night. Have a safe night. We're finishing up with markets at all-time highs, man. You got to love it. This market is on fire, no matter what. The underlying of this market, folks, we're above the CPI. We're past that point. The market knows we're getting cuts. In the short term, there's nothing getting away in this market right now. S&P's up by 67. Hopefully we'll see you in there with Basil at 4 o'clock coming up right now. If not, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for the morning market kickoff. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks so much.